What's going on, guys? Ghost Picks ATS, the #1 sports consultant in the business. For you guys who don't know me, my name is Ghost Picks Foy. Jimmy asked me to pop on to provide some analysis, some breakdowns, and even some free picks for you guys on the YouTube channel. March Madness is back. Obviously, no tournament last year, and definitely did not disappoint this year. Longly awaited, and it is so great to see the dance back in action. We've seen a ton of upsets. Some teams taking care of business, but a lot of surprises in this very, very difficult tournament. So difficult that there are no perfect brackets remaining. So you might as well take your bracket, crumble it up, and just throw it in the trash. A lot of question marks of what you're going to bet. You weren't anticipating this route. A lot of people have not. But Ghost Picks is locked in, loaded, and ready to go to carry you guys the rest of the way. Can't save your brackets, unfortunately, but we can put money in your pocket every single day the rest of the way of the March Madness tournament. A lot of big upsets, but the couple that I did want to talk about were Ohio over Virginia. Virginia, a very well-disciplined team. They're very well coached, and a lot of times where Virginia is playing, you can almost lock in that under right away because their defense always shows up. They say defense wins championships. That is true. But in the game of basketball, you also need to be able to put up points. They shot 35% from the field, 21 for 60, and Ohio State just unfortunately put more points in the basket than Virginia did, and they did not get the job done. That is one of the upsets. The other upset, Patrick was all over this one, a money line winner on Oral Roberts upsetting Ohio State. A lot of people had Ohio State going the distance, Ohio State going to maybe their Final Four, maybe even the finals. Ohio State, a very good team, but they were battle-tested. In the Big Ten tournament, they played Minnesota, they played Purdue, they played Michigan, and they played Illinois. Definitely a tough battle there in the Big Ten tournament, and they just came out flat. You could tell they were tired. 16 turnovers, very uncharacteristic for a usually very efficient Ohio State team. They did not get the job done against Oral Roberts. Big shout-outs to Patrick for putting some cash in our pockets on that one. And then you can head on over to Sunday afternoon. We had Loyola Chicago over Illinois. Looking at this game, I'm looking at Loyola Chicago. 55.6 points per game against the #1 defense in the NCAA. Sister Jean praying for the boys in the stands, and definitely came to play. So Illinois, typically speaking, they have a couple weapons. They have Dosumo, they have Trent Frazier, and they have Kofi Cockburn. They usually use Cockburn to come up and set some high ball screens. Ayo or Trent Frazier coming off those screens, opening up the pick and roll. Cockburn is so good on the inside that he draws so much of the defense that they are able to use the inside-out game and create open shots for those guards. Loyola had a very efficient game plan for Illinois. They had a guy by the name of Cam Krutwig. If you guys don't know him, you do know him now. Doesn't look to be the most athletic. Doesn't look to be the most skilled. Doesn't appear that the guy is going to be carrying on his game to the next level in the NBA. No chance in hell. But he did show up today against Illinois. They brought him up to step up on those high ball screens. Got in the face of those guards, and they were frustrated. Very frustrated. They were not able to execute their game plan how they typically do. Illinois is one of the highest scoring teams in the country. They were not able to move the ball. They were not able to get the ball on the inside. And Loyola definitely just took away that game plan. 17 turnovers for Illinois. And Loyola made the big shots when they mattered. Illinois made a run towards the second half, but Loyola made big shot after big shot after big shot. And Ayo Dosumo, Kofi Cockburn, Trent Frazier, and the rest of the Illinois Fighting Illini were frustrated. They got smacked in the mouth right away, and they were not expecting to go home this soon in the dance. I was not expecting them to go home this soon in the dance, but I did have Loyola over to cover on the 7.5 point spread. Loyola was able to get the job done there as a rocking chair winner, but my bracket is just like yours is, can go right in the trash. Looking ahead to the second round games, we had a lot of good ones today. I'm actually watching the Rutgers and Houston game right now. I live here in New Jersey, for you guys who don't know, so I am rooting for Rutgers, but they do have a good, tough matchup against Houston. Houston 25-3 on the year, but I am watching that game closely, rooting for Rutgers, but this play that I'm about to put out is for Monday. This is going to be an interesting play. A lot of people also have Iowa going the distance in their brackets. Iowa has potentially the player of the year in Luka Garza. They have a lot of weapons as well, in Bohannon, McCaffrey, and then Joe Wieskamp. Luka Garza is very, very skilled. He's very efficient. He knows how to play the game of basketball. And over the course of the season, he's dominated a lot of the teams. And now you look at Oregon. The interesting story with that is they were supposed to play VCU in the first round. That game unfortunately didn't happen. One of the players testing positive for VCU. So Oregon had got an uncontested win. So a lot of people are looking at that game and saying Oregon's going to come out flat. They haven't played since last Friday. The last game they played was actually against Oregon State in the Pac-12 championship, and they lost. So that is the last impression that people have of Oregon going against the powerhouse that is Iowa. It makes perfect sense. The spread coming out at 4 points now is 5.5. A lot of people are taking Iowa, but I'm going to go against the public on this one, and I am going Oregon. A lot of people are looking at Big Ten versus Pac-12. Not too many people watch the Pac-12, especially here on the East Coast where I live. A lot later games, and don't really get a lot of TV action, not really a lot of big schools. You have Colorado, you have USC, you obviously have Oregon, you have Oregon State, but they're no slouch. Colorado, Oregon State, USC, all coming into the NCAA tournament and winning their first round games, arguably doing better than the Big Ten was expected to do. And the Oregon Ducks team is no stranger to the dance at all. The last 3 appearances, they made the regional final, the Final Four, and the Sweet 16. A lot of the guys from the 2019 run are still on the team going into tomorrow's game. So they are experienced in the NCAA tournament. They know what's expected of them. You better believe that Coach Altman is going to have them ready to play. And a couple of things that I'm looking at in that game. So Oregon is 5-1 in their last 6 games against the spread overall. Obviously, they lost on the upset of Oregon State in the Pac-12 championship, beating Oregon. That was not expected. The rival Oregon State coming in, smacking in the face. Oregon definitely having the better season than Oregon State, but Oregon State getting hot right at the right time. And like I said, they did win their first round game. But Oregon, 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 tournament games as underdogs. A lot of upperclassmen on the Oregon Ducks team, and I think they are going to come ready. They're going to come hungry and well-prepared and well-rested to maybe, potentially, beat the Iowa Hawkeyes, but no doubt in my mind that they are going to cover, and they have a very, very good chance of winning that game outright, guys. A lot of stuff to be had for the rest of this tournament. The brackets might be done, but we are certainly not. 5 expert handicappers. We have Jack, we have Jimmy, we have Benny, we have Justin, and we have Patrick. All 5 handicappers have been red hot. Jimmy 9-0 in his last 9 free plays, a 52-25 run overall. He's locked and loaded. We had Patrick, I just mentioned, he had that Oral Roberts moneyline winner. Who the hell picked Oral Roberts in their bracket? I went on Google and I tried to get myself an Oral Roberts hat. Item doesn't exist. Who would have thought? Justin has been our hockey guru as of late. Justin is so locked in and breaks down every single hockey game more than I've ever seen anybody be able to do. Hockey is typically not a sport that many people dive into. People usually follow basketball, baseball, football. But on Ghost Picks here, we cover all aspects. Whatever you're looking to place your bets on, we are going to have a capper specialized in that. The head honcho, Jimmy, always has his guys well prepared. And then, obviously, you have Ghost Picks Jack, who is up 90 units on the month. And then Benny Bistro, Benny El Fuego, got that mustache, looking good. Ghost Picks Benny had a tough weekend this weekend. He will admit to it. I'll admit to it. Jimmy will admit to it. But you can no doubt about say that Ghost Picks Benny has been one of the hottest handicappers in 2021. So if you are not linked up, you better get linked up because Ghost Picks is red hot and we are not going away anytime soon. Again, my name is Ghost Picks Foy. Go Ducks. Good luck, God bless, and grind on. Send it, batter.